Sleep of the soul on earth. Family, body and scenario selection. Life on earth is a dream of the soul, one of dreams. It is long enough, it cannot be stopped. More precisely possible, but not supported. A person must go through everything, crawl everything everywhere, check, communicate, test, and only then go out. You fall asleep there, you wake up here. But you have no right to leave here, because you have a contract. I see myself in a room on a spaceship next to Earth. But it is not visible from Earth. I see the room, you sit down very comfortably, as if in an armchair and fall asleep, but you wake up already here. You know what difficulties will be when you sit down in a chair, instructed. Source information is closed, as if erased. But this is voluntary, you know where you are going and you know that you will return here. The feeling of the source is there. From there you left, there you will come. This can be compared to the usual dream we know. You fall asleep every night, but you know very well that you will return to the same bed. And you are not at all afraid to fall asleep, knowing that despite what is happening in the dream, you will still return to bed. And therefore you fall asleep very relaxed. Only the dream of the soul on earth is very long. Time on earth is stretched out. And this dream of the soul may be a little painful, but you go for it. But this does not really bother you, because upon your return you bring with you only a concentrate of experience, and not a long-term feeling of how long you have been here. Something like the movie Inception. There on the ship, I'm like a research assistant, I'm 35 to 40 years old, and this is just self-study from the point of view of science. We seem to be trying to know ourselves. You begin to understand yourself better, because you live here more. They fall asleep there for a little by their standards, and then decades pass. And when you return there, some experience remains inside as from a dream. In a dream, it is exactly the same, failed, then woke up. 8 hours have passed in the dream, and you endure the experience of the dream compressed. Memories of that ship, I see only a moment, I entered, sat down. I knew where I was going and I don't remember anymore. Why do I see this, then to return there? And then the memory will return. This is a memory to return. This is the anchor to return. And then the information is closed. But I have no worries about this, because I know that there I will know differently. This is a memory for the soul. When it is freed from the body, it asks the question, what next? And then a memory, AFA, I'm there. That's it, let's go there. In order not to get lost. There is a small memory behind this. I see my guardian angel there. When asked how long we have known each other, he laughingly replies that we always know each other. It makes sense that we have erased the memory of past incarnations and even that they were. So immersion in this reality turns out deeper and the experience gained, and emotions, stronger, richer. The search for the meaning of life is one of the elements of the game. Finding meanings is no less important than realizing meanings. Why is the whole spectrum of emotions important for the soul and the planet? The planet, because it can experience emotions through people. She cannot experience emotions on her own, but through people she experiences them. We are part of the planet, we are from its resources. And now her resource experiences emotions. And the soul interacts with the planet through its resources, through the body. Gets the opportunity to create in the material world, including voice. This is how I see that it is not necessary to sing to create. Even walking and running is creating. To swim. How does it work? Can you expand? If the soul can fly. But swimming and walking is more difficult. You can also ride a bike. Yes, it can fly next to the bike, but cannot feel the speed and inertia braking. That is, even movement in space for the soul is a creation on the planet. Here is the effect of travelers, that is, even while traveling, you create, you move your legs. Q. It turns out that anything is a creation. Yes, for the soul, on earth, in the body, creation. This is earthly experience. And the earth experiences emotions. They found that my soul is in a capsule in my chest, they allowed it to live in the whole body. Energy cleansing, interesting moments. Nails in people are cogs in the system. The nail looks like a hat on the top of the head and a stake through the body. I see a large number of them among people, but there are also free people. This is a systemic message, attitude, they say, a person is not free. To make people less likely to notice other options. Fear, how will you earn more if there are no such salaries? There is one option, to be nailed to your place. And to be a cog, then, indeed, there are no such salaries. As if this is all that is happening now with the quarantine, these are all these nails, destructive, unauthorized. As if this is one of the reasons for quarantine to shake up all these people with nails. For people to start taking out nails. So that people stop perceiving themselves as cogs. I saw a metal pad on my hand. They found out that it is connected with religion and was delivered at the time of baptism. Its essence is that religion leads by the hand, not allowing you to stumble. Only the effect is rather rough, they hold it not by the palm, but by the hand. They removed it with the understanding that this restriction is rather destructive and interferes with making decisions and creating to the fullest. I saw such overlays on a large number of people. It also became clear that all religions are a purely earthly phenomenon. The dream of the soul, the choice of parents and the place for incarnation. Q. Let's see when you get into a chair on the ship, fall asleep and are born. If you see it as a certain ray that travels to the earth, how does it spiritualize the body? At what point does it connect to the body? Interesting, while you are here, there you are off. There you also exist, but a little in such a sleepy state, you sit, do nothing and do not even think. And you think already here on earth. Q is the main part of the attention leaking here. Oh, yes, she's here. At the same time, one cannot be both there and here with this attention. I see myself as a ray, I just fly across the earth, I can observe everything, be instantly transported, but I cannot interact with anything. You need a body. You can observe people and choose people. Q. Mom, Dad. Oh yeah. Q. How do you choose your dream of the soul, scenarios, people? What are you based on? But just like dislike. Q. How wide did you have a choice of parents? How many couples were you born with? I see another one, by the way, they are black. Somewhere in a completely different place, far away, also on Earth. The beam can be turned here or there. It's strange, but when I chose it, it made no difference. But I chose Tambov. There was more interest here. There were more options, but I didn't even look at them. There were many options. There could be a lot. Q. Haven't you chosen for a long time? Yes, in fact, there was a choice of 2 options. Is it America or Mexico? Q. Second option. Oh yeah. Another skin color, but no difference at all for the beam. You can do this, but you can do that. Q. What is important? What matters? That there are kind people. And here is some kind of anxiety. Q. What was valuable in Mom and Dad that you were here in Tambov? It's hard to remember, they work with people, they treat them, fix them. It would be interesting to look at their experience. I think I watched them as they restore people. They have the correct foundations, in the sense that they are not addicted to alcohol, smoking, they are far from all this. Interestingly, as if I held them together. As if they were more separate before me. I made a family out of them. And now I remember how my mother said that when I appeared, they had such a feeling of joy and happiness, such an anticipation of a pleasant life ahead. Deja vu. Even in the session I saw myself in the form of a bird, flying on the side of the road. The mountains ahead looked like a famous picture in America. It was interesting to experience deja vu. About a month ago I was in Dagestan, and from the car window I saw a similar area I managed to photograph. Some questions from the session. What was my plan for this incarnation and how clearly am I following it? The guardian made it clear that it makes sense to find the plan yourself. We even agreed with him about this before my incarnation. I heard prompts. I also got the idea that I have enough information for the current time. You need to study everything that is already known. The indicator is a feeling of deep satisfaction. What is the karmic connection with the girl K? It turned out that we have known each other for a long time. We are from the same ship. Which, in general, is not surprising, since our connection is clearly karmic. And the amazing thing is that our quarrels are ego clues, and above we laugh and rejoice from these quarrels that we managed to get so much experience together. Realization came, learning the truth about people, accept people easier, do not reject. Then calmness comes, situations stop tinging and you accept the person simply because he is a person. But sometimes it hurts to know the truth about other people. Now I think that if there is an opportunity, loophole, to learn something about a person, do it with permission. The lesson is to accept people as they are without judgment. This applies to both appearance and actions. The person just is. After the session, smells and feelings intensified. A long-forgotten feeling of anticipation and trepidation appeared. Dreamed of vivid dreams, answers, opportunities, people, situations come. The world is clearly responding to requests, albeit with a theatrical pause. The picture of the world has become wider. It became calmer in the apartment after cleaning the premises. The world turned out to be more multifaceted than I had seen before. I received a new tool for understanding the world. There are answers to questions. A connection has been established with the keeper and in general his existence. Issues, for example, with health are interestingly solved. Pretty soon after the session, my mother's colleague herself came out to me, a gastroenterologist with whom they had not communicated for 20 years, and who taught me to play chess 25 years ago. Smiley face, organized an ultrasound scan, an appointment. In parallel with this, my father gave a book on visceral chiropractic, a method of manually pressing the abdomen. Plus, I saw a herbal preparation as a guest. It helps a lot. In general, health looks like this. I make a request for a solution, the world pauses, and then, as if by accident, events begin to take shape in favor of the solution. I've seen this before, however the session does speed up decisions. Asterisk session of hypnologists of our team. Soul Dream avatars, star teams and other related materials. Tasks of star teams. Levels of difficulty of the game on Earth. Levels of consciousness and scientific work of star teams. Radiant souls, their tasks and golden energy. Space Wanderer. Fall into matter. The story of the architect of the worlds. Gurdjieff and the earthly dream. Living ships and avatars. A visit to the Pleiades. Avatar ship and boards for incarnation. Awakening the spirit of life star soul space navigator. Celestially creators of planetary systems. Avatars of gods and a quantum computer. S-dream in a dream, immersion levels and awakening of All we avatars. First incarnation on Earth. Fitting the human form. Reality is multidimensional, views on it are multifaceted. Only one or several faces are shown here, each of which should be considered as a special case. A special case also implies a private opinion, which does not have to coincide with other opinions, expectations and common truths, because the truth is limitless, and reality is constantly changing. We take our own and leave someone else's according to the principle of internal resonance.